Hello, McVeigh Dragons. Welcome to Mr. Thornley's Music Class, Volume 9. This is for 4th grade. Today we're still working on harmony, but now we're going to start polyphonic texture. And I want to do a quick review of the other textures first. You should know from the previous video, that with monophonic texture, that's a melody with no harmony at all. And then if we add chords and or an ostinato pattern to our melody at the same time, that would be homophonic texture. And if we have more than one melody being played at the same time, that would be polyphonic texture. Each melody creating harmony for the other melody, okay? Polyphonic. 3 ways to make polyphonic texture. And one is rounds. And a round is when someone starts a melody, say row your boat. And once they get, say the person singing row your boat, and once they get to the part merrily, someone else starts from the very beginning of row your boat. And they'll start row your boats. So because you're not starting at the same time, you're not going to finish at the same time. And you're also going to be singing different notes because you're going to be overlapping at different periods of the song. So it's like taking one melody and making it into 2, called a round. Another way to make polyphonic texture is melody counter melody. That's when you have 2 melodies written for the same song. And the third way is partner songs. And that's what we're going to work on today, partner songs. Partner songs is when you have 2 different songs and you take the melody from each song and put it together. As long as the songs, doesn't matter when they're written or who wrote them, if they share the same chords and the chords change at the same time, you can take the melody from each one of those songs and put them together and they'll blend. Prime examples of songs we're going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and play through a song called Pick a Little, Talk a Little. It's from the Broadway musical, The Music Man. And I'm also going to do a traditional song from the United States called Goodnight Ladies. And then we're going to put them together. Now, a little bit of challenge here because I don't have somebody else to sing. While I sing one melody, they sing the other. So what I did was I got my smartphone, okay, and I'm going to try to, I've recorded each song, each melody separately on there, and then I'm going to add the other melody over top. Hopefully you can hear it. It's best I got as far as technology to do this. So I'm going to start off with Pick a Little, Talk a Little. I'm going to sing through it. And later on, you're going to have to go back through this video to practice. Once you learn each melody, each song, you're going to sing the opposite song to what I'm singing on the tape. So if I'm singing Pick a Little, Talk a Little, I'm going through that, you're going to add Goodnight Ladies over top of it. And if I'm singing Goodnight Ladies, you're going to add the Pick a Little, Talk a Little song over top of it. Okay? But here's Pick a Little, Talk a Little. It's kind of got a lot of huckleberry patterns. Huckleberry, huckleberry. Okay? Huckleberry, huckleberry, like that. It goes like this. 1, 2, here I go. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep. Okay, now it's pretty fast sounding. So you have to play through it a couple times to get the words. If you still have trouble with it, look it up on YouTube. Pick a Little, Talk a Little from The Music Man and practice with that, or look up the words online. Google them, the words. Here's the other song, Goodnight Ladies. So it goes like this. 1, 2, here I go. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Okay. Now, when these songs are put together, they will fit nicely. Okay. I'm going to try to bring up. First, I'm going to put Pick a Little, Talk a Little over Goodnight Ladies. Hopefully this works. Okay, so listen carefully. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep. Okay, so that was that was me singing Pick a Little, Talk a Little over Goodnight Ladies. Now let's try the opposite. Let's see. Good night. Oops, sorry, wrong song. Hold on a minute, I'll find it. Here it is. 1, 2, here we go. Hold on a second. I got to start it over again. My computer screen was ready to go on screensaver mode. Trying to work two different technologies at the same time. 1, 2, here we go. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Sleep tight. That's how they should sound. Hopefully it came through the recording. I had my smartphone playing it, so hopefully you heard it as I sang along with the smartphone. Hopefully you heard both parts clearly. Okay, so practice each melody separately, and then try to, when I played each melody earlier on without the recorder, okay, try to add the other melody over top of it, okay? And if you need to look up the words to make sure they didn't come out clearly enough for you, look them up on Google, Goodnight Ladies, and also Pick a Little, Talk a Little, okay? So practice that. You got that all the time. Our main focus is polyphonic texture, and that's when we have multiple melodies at the same time being sung or played, okay? In this case, it's partner songs. That's the way we're making polyphonic texture. There's also melody, counter melody, and there's also rounds, okay? Practice social distancing. Be kind to your parents. Okay, be helpful around the house. Have a great day. See you next time for Volume 10.